later, maybe a few minutes later than 5 minutes. But here it is part 11 of my launch week Diablo 4 early access plus real launch streamathon. It's been hectic, it's been fun, it's been all the bags of feelings with this game. And yeah, now that I've done with the renown grinding, now that I'm done with leveling everyone to level 50 and getting all the boring stuff out of the way, now I can just do some end game, and I'm not gonna rush to level 100. Ideally, I would stop when it becomes expensive to, right before it becomes expensive to respec, so I can test some builds. But for now, I'm pushing a little bit with the rogue because surprisingly, I'm enjoying it a lot. In some random interesting setup that I've cooked up as I was leveling it. So just bear with me a couple minutes just to update my stream information on various titles group and stuff like that. So just a moment, I'm doing something on YouTube, saving some information for the video. But overall, I'm happy. Now it's time for the fun stuff. Now it's time for the end game. For the nightmare dungeons, I can pay more attention to health tides. And most of all, I could group up with others that are doing the same content if they need assistance. And if you are watching and need assistance, don't be afraid to ask. Tier 3, I can try and help as much as I can. Apparently, apparently, the tiers in those nightmare dungeons, the higher the tier of the sigil, the higher the differences between you and the monster. Or maybe it's not the higher the difference between you and the monster, but just the higher the level of the monsters in there. I need to do more testing about this. I'm looking for confirmation if someone knows exactly how it is. Is every tier specifically fixed at a certain level, or does each tier simply scale to your level, and the higher the tier, the bigger the difference between you and the enemies? I need to figure this one out. But I was able to clear tier 17. Sure, it wasn't the smoothest, but the boss fight was super smooth. Just some of the enemies were a little bit more annoying. But overall, on like 58, clearing um, tier 17 was level 70 monsters. Challenging, yes, but doable. Um, was it hard at two times? Yes. Was it fun? Yes. Um, and I'll do some more of those today. But I'll try to do something like tier 14, 15. Maybe that's gonna be more manageable. Maybe tier 12, 11. It's just that I need to upgrade my stuff. My what should I call it? The glyphs. I need to start upgrading my glyphs, and I really want to upgrade two of them. I want to upgrade the werebear. I want to upgrade the spirit, because it's too early for me to think about the next one, even though I already know what I'll be putting. Um, but on the rogue, obviously the werebear doesn't work for the rogue. So for now, I'll be upgrading the rogue stuff, which is the rogue has an interesting thing. Damage to close enemies is one of them. The other one he hasn't gotten, that is for the main board. So for that one we'll wait. And spirit again on the rogue, I want to upgrade as the second board for damage with core skills. Now all things set, I need a couple more minutes to post certain things on social media. But we'll be grinding. Don't worry. I'm here. The grind is not stopping. It's just beginning for a few more hours, several more hours before I go sleep. Um. So yeah, let me just posting in social media number 1. I'll post in social media number 2, and then I'll be ready and grind for you. But I'm so happy that I'm done with the boring grind, and that what my rogue has been shaping up as is much better than I expected and hoped it would be, especially during hell tides and stuff, especially during those types of content. As a rogue, I even just found another new way to make it even tankier, because again, rogues not the tankiest of them, but they have ways to be. They have ways to be with siphoning strikes, with the crowded sage. I think was the one that heals you based on heals you for each nearby enemy up to X Y Z. And now I found another one that heals you for every stack of the momentum passive, which I started using. I switched from the trapper build to again trap build, but with the momentum as a focus, just using death trap as additional damage. I will experiment. I will remove death trap soon and play with the clone because I have the unique item. By the way, let me show you which unique item I'm talking about. I think it's time I switched to the inventory menu. So since I have this, I'm thinking of testing Shadow Clone a little bit with this build. But I'll wait. Before I do that, I will try to rework this into the build. Where is it? Where did it go? Each stack of the momentum key passive heals you. Ba-di-da-di-da. This is amazing. The other thing I wanna maybe include is again the same one, but better and max roll. This one is close to max roll. This one is max roll. This one is better max roll. Now I would love to use those pens, but then I would be without the barrier, and I would have to do some rework. So for now, I'm looking for some things to switch up. Um, For example, I was saying earlier, right before I stopped the previous part, that what I can remove from the build is this. This is not necessary for the build. I have plenty of energy regeneration to keep me okay without using the basic skill much. Um, so even without that, we'll be fine. So if I make another new ring without this energizing, if I let's say put this one for the shadow clone stuff, which again, perfect synergy, it's already imbued. If I do it, it will be interesting how things would play out. What else could I remove from the setup? I could remove dealing increased damage while you have a barrier active, but I think this is important. That's why I actually want to have this one. Uh, this one is not part of my setup. This one does not need to be here. And since it's the boots, you know what goes there, right? Mobility, utility. Meaning I can take utility from some place and put it in there. But the thing is, I haven't found a good road crowded sage. If I find a good road crowded sage, it would be perfect. Because I can empty up some room here for a defensive aspect. And that would mean if I'm keep room for defensive aspect like that, we can add something like this momentum key passive. Like I can put protector there. I can equip this. So right now I would need a new armor so that I can remove the exploiter. I can put the exploiter into the vengeful, into the necklace and move vengeful somewhere else, um, and so on. There's ways to rework it, but for now it's too early for me to think about it until I find a new armor, until I find another new higher leveled crowded sage with decent healing per second up to. It's a bit too early. Just a moment, my pet is giving me stares. He wants food. But the plan right now is to get rid of this obvious non-synergistic aspect. I'm only using it because the boots are good in general, not because of the aspect. Yeah, they came with this aspect. I haven't imprinted them yet, and if I do imprint them, ideally I would want something that is a utility. And yeah, I would love to put this utility in there without losing the stats on that item, but it's impossible. So I need to find a spare one. Okay, in the meantime, let me look for some boss events or world bosses. No, there aren't any. And maybe it's time for some dungeons. And as I'm saying that, if anyone needs help with dungeons, regardless whether it's the low tier or the high tier or the mid tier, um, do tell me, and I wouldn't mind experimenting a little bit with you, um, even if it's on low tier. This one's also good potential item if I decide to remove the unique. Well, this unique is nice. It gives me 1 rank to the core skill. I could get 2 ranks to flurry from the other one. And yes, both give attack speed, but the other one also gives attack speed after dodging. And the chance to slow can be removed. But I will test with the shadow clone damage, see how it goes. And eventually, if I don't like it, I can just remove it. Okay, what I'll do first is let me go to the storage. I wish we had a search option. We urgently need a search option here. Highlight. To write a keyword, and it should highlight anything that contains that keyword. Just a moment. My phone is blinking. Wanna see why? I need to pour myself some water as well before it's too late. So I need to start making room for flawless gems in the storage, and there's no room. There is no room in the storage. The gems really need their own storage. That is not in the stash but elsewhere, like here. So I'm struggling already with the storage. Having 5 characters, you realize how bad the storage is right now. But okay, I think I'll have to get rid of something. I don't know. I've got better corruption ones. I'll get rid of weapons because I need them for crafting materials. This is one retribution, this is another retribution. This is poison trap, normal, no longer infiltrator. I don't have another infiltrator, so I'm not gonna waste it yet. Conceited. Didn't I have conceited here? Yeah. And this one is not max road. Can go to 50. But this one is 40. So like a 20. normal 20, and this one is a normal 23, so this one can become 46. And the rating with the minimum. You can salvage this as well, so do things to salvage, making room for more stuff. I'll sacrifice this. I'll salvage this. I'll salvage this. I'll salvage this. I'll salvage this. And I'll definitely salvage this. Okay, we made some room. Okay, so now that I've made some room there, I'm gonna put some stuff inside. Those things I'm keeping only because they have max rolls of what they can roll. Why am I keeping this? To low level already. Okay, let's see what else I can put. This one is strength and intelligence in the same spot. Doesn't have the movement speed reduction, but it could work for other classes that don't need it, the movement speed. Because you can remove the rogue only aspect and it's usable by any class. Okay, I think I made enough room. This Shadow Slicer was my old stuff. I didn't like this. I didn't like this, so I'm gonna remove it. And again, my goal is to get those two into the build. And maybe those gauntlets, those gloves, maybe. Maybe like that. Let's put it that way. What about this ring? This ring actually has a lot of good stuff about it. So I could keep it that way. And yeah, all of that we're removing. And so now I have room to do my dungeon. If anyone again needs to do a dungeon or needs help with any dungeon, nightmare dungeon that is, tell me. But Not anything above tier 20. Ideally no more than tier 15, because I want to be able to speed run it. But yeah, I won't be able to survive much after tier 20, at least not yet. Even if my damage is okay. Now what was I gonna do? I consumable. Oh yeah, let's first decide which one I'll use, and then we can decide on my elixir. The tier 19, 20, 18, etc. I'll save those. Now run something like, let's run 14. But I don't want blood blister, so it has to be 13. Let's try this. And I want to see what enemies there are there. I'm not sure what type the enemies are. Let's do that. I think it's those enemies there, the cultists, the poison cultists, with maybe some snakes here and there. But I could be totally wrong, and it could be drowned or whatever. Another link with life. I really wanted this one. Oh, where was it? This one, because of the life. This one also has a life and shadow damage. If I use shadow trap or shadow clone. Well, the shadow clone does physical. But then there's this thing that makes it inherit the... Where was it? It inherits the imbuement. Where did it go? There was this one that makes the shadow clone mimic. Ah, this is it. Casting an imbuement skill. Grants your active shadow clone increased damage for 5 seconds, and it also mimics the imbuements applied to your skills, which I really want to play with as a mechanic. But only after I get rid of this movement speed bullshit. So yeah, I'm just gonna extract this later, put it on those other boots that I'm wearing, and it should be fine when I switch to Shadow Clone. Okay. So it is snakes. Level 65 enemy is definitely more reasonable. For now we're not doing this the way I would have done it originally. Which originally I would have gone for the combo points. But again, now I don't want to go combo points because I really love the new one. I really love what they done with the new one. And over here, I need to quickly double check something. Here check in that build what I want. I want tricks of the trait, but not for tricks of the trait. Maybe. Just a moment. Actually, a tricks of the trait does work because I'm using puncture and it is marksman. So yeah, tricks of the trait is what I want. The way I want it rotated is I want tricks of the trait to be here. How do I rotate it? Where is this? Is the cluster? This is tricks of the trait. This is the rotation I want. And I like this one. For now, this won't be a priority. Priority will be getting this one, and in this one we want spirit. Or actually, I might put. No, I might put. I might put chip for physical damage. Let me double check something. Combat. Spirit is on a different. Combat is what it's called here. For combat, I would want a different board. Probably no witnesses. Because it's good intelligence, 44 intelligence. I want to check a different build of mine. I want to check a more recent build of mine. You see, I want to see my ranged hunter, the icy hunter. I want to see what I use there for the core skill damage board, and how much intelligence it got. Whether it was 44 intelligence or was it a different number. So this is control. This is infusion. I put combat for core skill critical strike damage into exploit weakness, and there is 49 intelligence on exploit weakness. So let's say I don't go for exploit weakness um, as the legendary itself. Even if I don't get it, I would still have damage to elites. A lot of it around the beginning of the board. The socket is pretty close to the beginning of the board. In the socket itself, there is stuff like vulnerable damage. Not bad. Whereas the other option is damage to healthy enemies and critical strike damage on the way to the glyph where we have combat. And in the glyph, instead of 49, we would have 44. So there's gonna be 14.4% crit strike damage will be lost with core skills, but we would get some other good stuff. There's damage, there's intelligence, life and dex. There's regular damage again, and there's HP. There's damage taken over time reduction and duration reduction. There's wiki hit chance, up to 10% chance to execute non-injured elites. That's with no witnesses. Then there's the damage to elites and movements for X seconds after killing an elite. With exploit weakness if we don't use exploit weakness. I think exploit weakness might be the better option here, because we'll just be focusing on that crit strike damage. So I won't be investing into the exploit weakness itself because it's too many wasted nodes. Can you respec Paragon? Yes, you can respec it. Apparently, from the videos that the developer showed us, it becomes extremely expensive later on. But for now, it's super cheap. It's dirt cheap in the 50s and 60s of levels, maybe even in the 70s of levels. So for exploit weakness, I'm thinking connecting in such a way that the cluster is over here, so that I can exit through there. I can get the elites here. And I want to get this as soon as possible. I want to put combat there. Combat is this one. This is what I want to put there. And around this one, if you max it out in levels, which comes, I think at around level 15 you get the maximum size. And at level 20 you get the maximum, stats you can get. If you do that, you would get 49 intelligence nodes within the range of this board, which is a pretty nice number. I'm personally a big fan of nodes that give you for every X intelligence, for every X willpower, for every X strength, every X dex, within range of the glyph, you get X of this stat, X of that stat, and so on. I prefer those compared to the ones that boost nearby blue nodes or nearby yellow nodes within range. And I'm extremely disappointed with the majority of legendary nodes. Because to get the legendary node of each board, except one, for every class there is one that is super easy to get from the socket to this one. In most cases you need 20, 15 or 10 points to reach from the cluster, from the edges of the cluster, not from here to here, but from the edges of a fully upgraded glyph. So let's say the fully upgraded glyph would end something. Let me show you with this board. The fully upgraded glyph would be around here. You see, imagine this, for example. So from here reaching, or from here reaching all the way to here, that's around 20 points, maybe more. The same goes from here to reach this. I think that was like 10 points. And it just, in most cases, it's not worth the points you would invest to reach this, to unlock it, just for a measly up to 15%. And only, only, only whenever you deal damage to a vulnerable enemy, they take that damage. Not you deal the damage, but they take the damage from you for 6 seconds, up to 15%. So it's not worth it. You can get so much more for those 10 points, and in some cases are 20 points. And there is only one board for every class where there is actually a connection, direct connection, in such a way where you only need to spend like 5 points or 4 points. I think it's 5, including the node itself. It's 5 points from the edges where the cluster radius ends, and up until this. And in most cases, I would recommend just ignoring those, because they're not that great anyways. They're very underwhelming as a legendary node. There's nothing legendary about the majority of them, but some of them are amazing. But that's like 1 out of 9 or 2 out of 9 per class. And that might be worth investing into, even if it means sacrificing 20 points or 15 points. But even if you want to do that, I wouldn't recommend doing it in the early levels. In the early levels, you can get much more bang for your buck from your Paragon boards by just not investing into the legendary nodes and focusing on the sockets, and getting 2, 3, eventually 4 good glyph sockets, fully upgraded glyphs, ideally. The right board with the right glyph. For glyphs that are intelligence, you want a cluster that has the most amount of intelligence around it. The same goes for dex. The same goes for for strength, and etc. So that's why I prefer exploit weakness for my combat, because combat requires intelligence, and if I look at this cluster here for the gem, that would be 49 intelligence if it's fully upgraded radius. And that's why I put this one, which is turf, into cunning stratagem, even though I'm not using combo points as a mechanic, because here I can get a lot of strength. Not right now. Right now I only have 32, but I can get this one eventually. So that's one more time the bonus, and then I can get which one was it? This one eventually, and this one I can get. There was, I think, one more somewhere, but in general I should be able. Let me check the original version of this. With this chip, chip into not tricks of the trade. Just a moment. Chip into. When you have chips into cunning stratagem, you can get. I'm just trying to find it. I had it somewhere. I just can't fucking find it. I'm looking at a different build right now. That's why. But I think you can get up to 49 strength. So imagine how many times the bonus is. But it's good. I like the Paragon system. It's just, it might seem a little overwhelming, but it's extremely simple and easy to understand once you get used to the 2-3 major pillars of that system. And once you start seeing the way they have been designed, what they have in common, then it becomes extremely easy to just crack it. Let's put it that way. And thankfully, respecking right now is cheap. I don't have a confirmation from a level 100 player whether the numbers we saw in the promotional videos are the actual numbers we would be getting. The actual numbers we would be getting when the game um, is here with us now. So if someone has a friend that is level 80 or 90 or 100, if they can tell us how much it costs to respect per point for the skills and the paragons, it would be good. Because what we saw in a promotional video is one of the things, I can't remember what. I think the skill points was 55,000, and the paragon points I think was 150,000 per point or something like that. I did the math back then, and I remember coming to more than 10 million to make a full respect for one of the things, and like 6 million or something for the other thing. But it's nice. It is definitely nice as a system. I really love what they've done with the paragons. Much more fun than Diablo 3 Paragon system. It's just taking Path of Exile's skill tree and cutting it into puzzle pieces and letting you build the puzzle yourself with those puzzle pieces. Instead of giving you the whole big picture from the beginning, they give you the big picture chopped into smaller pictures that that you don't need to use all of them to make your own build. Did I miss a prisoner? Oh, they ambushed me. I haven't even needed to use my ultimate yet. Let's use it just for shits and giggles. Boom.
Bless you. You're a saint. Same dream as always.
They're stunning so much with this eye. Oh fuck, I forgot about the explosion. Oh, oh. I didn't realize there was an environment that would explode in which I accidentally teleported. Nice. Okay, I want to pick up some blue stuff, but I won't. Because even salvaging yellow gives me blue materials, and I don't want to go back to town every few minutes. But much more pleasant to do this than tier 17 that I finished some time ago. It's less stress. In tier 12, is it, or 13? 12. 12 versus tier 17. Tier 17 is doable, but the monsters are level 70 and I was level 58. Okay, I'm now 59, but when I did it I was 58. And the level difference, the gear difference, I'd rather fight something like 65. It's challenging, reasonably challenging, it's rewarding. I mean, level 65 monsters, they better be rewarding if I'm fighting them. But yeah, right now my priority is upgrading my glyphs after I getting my renown, after getting all those paragon points from renown, and getting all 5 characters to level 50. I'll try to get them to a level where respecking is not too expensive, and then experiment at that level, bit by bit, trying to not over level them to the expensive levels. That's why I need information about when does it become expensive to respect. By expensive I mean to cost more than you can earn um, in a dungeon or two for a full respect. Because right now you get a piece of equipment and that is more than enough to get you 1 or even 2 points respect um, at that level. It's pretty nice. Oh, that one with the stun. Okay, nice. So, do I upgrade combat or do I upgrade turf? For now, turf is the thing I would rather upgrade first. And I got 26 XP. At this one, 26 is not bad at all. The other one I think gave me 34. At at tier 17 I think I got 34. So sure, that's not a full level, that's like half a level. But it's not bad. Do a few of those and you would max it out. So if anyone wants to do those with me, you can see I don't mind even going on a lower tier if you think you would have trouble surviving and you would end up dying a lot and then wasting time and money with the repairs and so on. I wouldn't mind going down to something like tier 6, 7. That should be doable by the majority of people that are fresh into endgame in terms of at least survivability. Because if I'll be killing them before they can even hit you, that's fine. However, that's not the thing to do for experience. The open world events are much better for experience grinding. The open world gathering of legions event. Nothing is better than the gathering of legions event, as far as I can tell. Legitly, nothing legit is better than that. Okay, back to the town to sort my items. Hmm. Let's start with the blacksmith first. Then we can move to other NPCs.
The forge is ready for whatever you need.
Let
Rare
me
to have
repair, by
something
the
so
way.
fine.
So this one, that's a good armor. Damage for 4 seconds after killing an elite on an armor. But again, I don't want to lose all those good stats for now. But I actually have good pants. I have good pants that are ready to get equipped eventually. Those ones. As soon as I find a good chest armor to replace that one with, and that might take a while.
You can still use these.
Oh, exploiter. Oh, max road exploiter. Max road exploiter. I need to take this aspect. Because that means it doesn't have to be here. It could go elsewhere. It could go on an amulet. Ideally, I would put it on an amulet. That would be 75% extra damage um, to unstoppable enemies. And that increased crowd control duration goes actually very well with the cold imbue.
I can break that down.
Edgemaster's Bone Blade. Very close to max roll. For an Edgemaster, it's not bad. It's not bad. Let me compare the item power. So this one is 652 only. Unfortunately, I need materials to upgrade, so I need to salvage weapons.
There's that.
Attack speed or power damage. Wait, cancel. Hmm. So we got something great out of this dungeon, and that's an exploiter's aspect, which right now I will immediately turn into an aspect. I will extract it. Wait. Oh yeah, I'm going the right way.
If you want work done, let's get started. Very good. Still in.
Now, if I decide to put something better on this armor, the thing is, it's not about putting something better on this armor. It's about putting a better armor here in the first place. I don't have one. This one, I don't know why I'm even keeping this one there. This one is probably it need to be extracted. Maybe I was keeping it for the aspects, so to use it on something else later. I'll leave it there for now. Let me check. Yeah, the idea would be to find a better armor. But for now, instead of finding a better armor, I can just do something interesting. I don't need this. This needs to change. So let's say I put Vengeful into this. Wait, actually I can just get a new ring. Cold damage, damage to cause, and crit strike damage. So what was I gonna put? Vengeful. Vengeful. Vengeful replaces energizing. Go there. This ring, we might try to replace it. And put something, I really want that with 287 life. And uh, I'll have to remove. That's the thing, I don't want to remove neither the poison or the stun, because the poison and enemies affected by trap skills is a good synergy for a trapper build. So instead of that, let's put this one. It has maximum life as well. It has shadow damage, damage to injured, and I can reroll later the damage to crowd controlled enemies. Actually, I can try rerolling it now if I have the materials. Crit strike damage or crit strike chance? I have ways to guarantee crit strike for my next skill after concealment. A guaranteed crit. So I'd rather do crit strike damage maybe. My crit strike chance is only 13.6. I'd rather get some chance though. Because the cooldown on this one is massive-ish, but every time I use my ultimate, it resets the cooldown on that. But still, more crit chance better. Now we have solid amount of damage to injured, we have shadow damage, and we have extra maximum life. Replacing damage to quos, coat, and crit strike damage. Well, the crit strike damage, it's fine. I think it will be a better better fit. Wait, I was looking the wrong one. This is what we are replacing. So physical, damage to close, and damage to injure. The damage to injure to is better. Damage to close, I think the... Wait, where did it go? Yeah, the damage to injure is better on the current one, but it's upgraded. Once I upgrade the other one, maybe we would get to the same state. Losing the energy won't hurt me. Damage to close enemies probably will hurt me a little bit. And but I think this maximum life is important. I won't put it until I equip it maybe. Oh, and also, this one also has a good aspect on it. I might keep it for now. See how it plays out with it. Wait, I put the wrong ring. I wanna check something. I put the wrong thing. So this is it. This is what I wanted. The life. That one. Now my life is 2500. Another thing I wanna most likely replace eventually would be this with the shadow clone thingy. But I want to experiment and use the shadow clone, to be honest, instead of the trap. Now I'll use my current gloves. That's fine. I wanted to put better boots. Those boots. Actually, I want to put this aspect on my current boots. Wait, no, that's not the right one. Fuck. No, I have to drop an aspect I no longer want. I'll drop this conceited. I have better conceited. What I needed to do was, where was that? There was an aspect I really needed. Maybe I put it in the storage.
Flawless essence.
Okay, so that's what we are doing. We did put Vengeful here, so this one is free to take Exploiter. So this takes Exploiter.
Exquisite.
And now this means that this one is free to take defensive aspect of Stolen Vigor, for example. Now we are stacking this with that for extra healing. We are still retaining the barrier, which I probably should upgrade. Okay, I should put redo the protector. It has protector, right? 810. Well, we need a better protector. The higher level now. Okay. Now, what did we forget about the boots? There was something on the boots I wanted to put. I just need to find it out. Find out where it was. It wasn't this, or this, or this, or this. It was something different. It was a utility. So this is the only thing that we can put from the codex, but we had something better that was not codex aspect. That was already on some other boots, not this one.
Another happy customer.
I'll have to check my storage for it. 'Cause the boots is the one thing that's been bugging me, because they're terrible. They're totally not for the build in terms of aspect, but the rest of it is extremely good. Where the fuck? Ah man, this layout of the map. Now the big problem is I don't remember where I put it, so it was this, I think. No. This? No. This one's not bad actually. Chance to daze them when dealing damage to vulnerable enemy, and, and we're constantly dealing damage to vulnerable enemies because we make them vulnerable with our main damage skill with Fury. Fury itself makes them vulnerable. Oh, that's my 666 item, power item. Alright, I'll look into it later. For now, I could actually use this. Hmm. It's annoying. Yeah, maybe we can give it this one. Because it's better than nothing. And there's only so much so much you can put on it since it's boots, it's mobility or utility. And there was this one aspect about our shadow clone. Where did it go? Oh, I wanted this each stack on the momentum key passive. I wanted to put this one somewhere. But didn't I already put it? I put it here, 92 out of 140, but I wanted to put the better one. But the better one is just different pens. Okay, I can imprint the barrier. I can re-imprint the barrier on that one. This one can have the barrier, and I can try replacing this. Let me double check what happens if I replace that with this with my Paragon boards. I have the intelligence, and I've got the intelligence here as well. So I don't need to worry about those stats right now. Would I have the intelligence here, the strength here? I won't have the strength here, but I would have the intelligence here. But I don't need it. This potion healing, okay. It's not gonna be priority or anything. Here I have the dex. And the strength I would actually get for this on the way to it. Where was it? This one, 259, 360. We would get some strength on the way anyways. What I could do is, in those pens, I could try rerolling the potion drop rate. I could try rerolling the potion drop rate and putting strength on it. So for now, let me just quickly go back to the other spot. I can give myself strength with those other boots I'm holding, but they're lower level obviously, so that's not the best boots for us. What about for a base? Didn't I have a good pair of boots? This one is a base. It does have movement speed, but definitely shit one. This one? This one has movement speed, shower resistance, movement speed after killing an elite, and poison resistance, but again, the intelligence might hurt us not having it. Okay, for now I don't think we should think too much about it. This one is 33 dex and 10 all stats. Doesn't have the movement speed. I think for now we should use those ones as they are and just put this aspect on them. We'll be getting movement speed after killing an elite eventually from Paragons as well. Let me double check for world bosses while I'm doing that. Oh, there is a Helltide event again. Okay, I can do more Helltide, but I'd rather not. I'd rather do dungeons now. And for now we are good. Just need to reroll the potion drop. Before I reroll potion drop, I need to salvage those things I don't need anymore. I could keep those as they are though. Before salvaging, let's just keep them as they are. Let's just do some dungeons that way. I need to salvage some of those because I'm getting too many. Getting too many and I need to salvage all the level 1 ones. If I still have any level 1 ones. I know one thing I'm not doing is shades. I don't like Blood Blister as well. Blood Blister and Shade I'm not gonna do. What did I get? Crusaders Cathedral, Kyrgyzstan. I'd rather do something like tier 12.
A good business and fortune to you.
Well, bit by bit. Man, I'll be struggling today with my mouse needing recharging. I'll try to find the best way to recharge it. But the thing is, the moment I start recharging it right now, it doesn't let me use it. When I do breaks, I'll recharge it then. More wood. Simple dungeon. Ah. There's a banning sentry near here probably. Wanted to make sure I'm not missing one. Okay. Okay, good. And there was one more sentry. I'm bleeding. Some super extra strong bleeding. And those walls. Those walls.
Gregor, need a word with you.
Got the new one. The one thing I'm not a fan of is having to walk to the entrance of the dungeon every time. Instead of just opening a portal where I am at the moment of using the sigil. Let's keep going. That's most vulnerable stat. Cool. Okay. Let's keep moving. He's bleeding on me. It's so funny. Maybe some high pressure, high blood pressure and bleeding. That's what it should look like, maybe. Gushing. Look at that. Wait, did I get the Shara's dagger again? Did I get the other one? I think I got the... Yeah, I have condemnation and I think I got the Shara. Yeah, I got the Shara. It's with this weapon increase your attack speed. It doesn't matter whether it's with basic or the other skill, or the core skill in my case. But yeah, movement speed after killing an elite, working hit chance. I definitely like that weapon, and I've been looking for something nice. Good. It does give basic skill damage, which kind of a waste, and I'm losing 75 dex. Which again, big waste as well, but I definitely won't replace. Oh, actually, I might replace this one. Damage to close and damage to core skill, which is fine. The thing is, I don't need damage to crowd control too much, especially on bosses. It's very hard to crowd control a boss. Takes forever on the big massive world bosses, and the basic skill damage I don't need it. So the only thing I like here is the wiki hit chance and the movement speed after killing an elite, as well as that attack speed bonus. But I will experiment with it. Since it's a dagger, it does have 14% damage to close enemies built in without the upgrade. But that means it's replacing the crit strike damage from the sword. I'll experiment with it. Let's test it. This is this is the basic skill. Interesting. Alright, let me upgrade my turf. And Okay, I had the combat one here, right? On exploit weakness. I had. Okay, exploit weakness. I see it. I'm looking at some of my other builds and taking parts of one build with parts of another build and combining them to make what I'm making, what I'm looking at right now. Can't remember. It's core skill crit strike damage. There it is. So right now, basically, what I would want to do is get down here. But what is this? This wasn't there. Wait just a moment. Yeah, for exploit weakness, I might rotate them in an interesting way downwards. Is this the damage to elites? This is damage to elites. Okay, that's fine. We'll be going from here all the way to there. So we'll be going upwards. So this one we'll take later. We won't take it right away. Means forward. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side. I'm looking at it the wrong way probably on my end. Yes, something seems different. They might have changed something. Because on my end it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do it that way. Just put 1 point here, then here, and then go all the way to here, and then go all the way to here, and then go in there and start taking stuff. Okay, I think I need to get into a rhythm of grinding. Oops. What did I... Did I move? Wait, what? Why was this one up there? Okay, all of this we can salvage, I think. Wait, can I just use the next one right away? Let's try this one. Zizu says it's just me or Rogue is doing so much damage here. Rogue has been very good. She's been they've been very good as a class, rogues, in the beta, and that was indicative that if they're good in the beta in the early game, they would be good in the beta eventually in the mid game and early end game. Now, I think everyone can be built very strong and somewhat overpowered with the right items and with the right paragons and the right stacking of stats in the gear. But the thing with Rogue is Rogue, even with yellow gear, can get the most out of their skills. So that's what I like about them as an end game starter class. Sork, Rogue, um, there is very little you could fuck up with a Sork or a Rogue. You could still fuck them up, but you have to try to fuck them up. Maybe Rogue is a little more advanced than Sork. Sork is a little more basic in terms of how easy it is to understand the class. But with Rogue, if you just look at some of the skills like Flurry, and what was that other one? Barrage. Barrage is pretty fun as well. For AoE, they're good. For single target, you have things like Rapid Fire or whatever it was called, Rapid Strikes. Penetrating shot seems super cool, but it needs items to get the most out of it. Um, what else was good that I liked? Many people use Twisting Blades. I'm not a fan of it. I think Twisting Blades probably when you make it orbit around you, then it becomes good. There's also the one that makes it make explosions with volatile stuff. I'll be making eventually volatile explosive stuff. Caltrops is super good skill as well. If you don't have ways to make vulnerable, you can always use that aspect for Caltrops. But stealth, stealth is such a great skill to use before an ultimate, and the new mechanic, the new what's its name? The new preparation. Every 100 energy you spend reduces your ultimate skill's cooldown by 4 seconds. Using an ultimate skill resets the cooldowns of your other skills. This is great because this resets the cooldown of imbuement, of stealth, and anything other that you might have on a cooldown for your character. In my opinion, it resets the cooldown of one dash, not all dashes, not both of them, just one of them, but still pretty nice. I was a big fan of combo points. I never was a fan of inner sight, but preparation, in my opinion, is such a great addition. That used to be something called shadow world, where you take enemies into a shadow world, um, and that was super game breaking and overpowered and stuff, especially when you consider PvP. So they obviously scrapped that idea and reworked it, and now we have preparation, and I'm a big fan of preparation. So certain builds before I would have played with combo points. Now I'm considering preparation as a twisting blades is fine even without aspect hit and run. Yeah, but furry is more fun. I could tell you that I played with twisting blades in the very early levels, and it felt boring and lame compared to Fury, especially the sound and visual effects of Fury, let alone the good AoE it does. Twisting Blades requires more skill from the player. Twisting Twisting Blade is not a new player friendly skill. It's a skill that requires you to position yourself right, to aim right, whereas with Fury, you just get the aspect from one of the dungeons. You unlock it, the 360 degree Fury, and you just stand within range and press the button. Click the button, 360 around you gets Flurried. Whereas with the other one, it requires some skill. You need to be good at aiming at the right place, and you need to kind of position yourself the right place to take advantage of it. So it's good, but it's not for everybody. While furry, I think everybody could enjoy it. Even the newbiest of noobs could enjoy furry. Just let me stop charging. I was charging my mouse, that's why I'm not moving much. I wanted to charge it. Um, so with furry, oops. Oh, I got the bug. Wait, what? Okay, furry for a moment it wouldn't attack. It still doesn't attack. Do you see how I'm pressing it? It's as if click to move has been enabled. Ah. No? What the fuck? Why does right click do move? Right click is doing move. What the fuck is happening in the options? That was not like that. How am I supposed to... Right and left click both are doing move. How do I change this? I don't want right click to be move. I want only left click to be move. Wait, what? Interesting. Something I must have pressed a combination of buttons and maybe fucked up something big time. In any case, yeah, I think it's broken. Right now, it's moving with my left click. This is my left click. See? Pressing query. It's moving with it. And who the fuck moves with the left click? What I'm saying is that not everybody is skilled enough to want to aim something that requires such precision as twisting blades. Also, the animation, twisting blades should have been like how good developers make it in their games, like a boomerang. Throw it forward and then it returns backwards. Like the Necromancer has Bone Spear. That's how it should have been. Bone Spear in the Necromancer, if it had the same mechanic, but it looks extremely lame right now. It's nothing like what I've seen in other games, where you throw a big spinning blade and then it comes back to you. They fucked up big time with the animation. It's extremely underwhelming. It's extremely lame, basic, and simple. And it's just it's the most disappointing rogue skill to me in terms of what I would imagine the skill would look like when I read the description and what it actually does when I see it in action. It's like when I read when you read the skill, you get overhyped about expecting something good and nice and fun, and then you get a simple throw the dagger. It gets stuck to the enemy and suddenly, boom, magically comes back forward. Rather than a proper boomerang mechanic, like in many other games that have done something similar. I think they've nailed it with the bone spear in the necro, but they failed to do so with twisting blades. And which is strange because I'm assuming it was the same people who designed both of them, unless it wasn't, and then that explains why. I don't know how I'll be able to play this map with this. I'll have to restart the game after this map. Because I don't want to move with right click. Where is the dungeon I need to go to, by the way? Where is my dungeon? Man, this is another thing they need to improve. How am I gonna fucking find out my dungeon? It's super difficult to spot it sometimes. There it is. They should make it easier to spot the fucking dungeon that you've opened as a CGU. In fact, they should just make a portal next to you that leads you to the stupid dungeon. The way other games have made it. I mean, they don't have to discover hot water. Quality of fucking life. The thing missing in this game in bugs. For every good thing in this game, there's two things ruining it and making it a more unpleasant experience. Like one step forward, two step backwards. That's the best way to explain Diablo 4. Great thing, fucked up by two awful things. Yeah, $10 DLC. If I restart the game, would I lose my dungeon? Well, I guess we can find out. The game has been very buggy, especially the bug where you cannot use your skills. Especially when this happens in an extremely crucial moment. When you've been at the very end of a dungeon and it's just the boss fight, and then you have to redo that whole fucking dungeon because the bug happened that normally gets fixed after a game restart. In fact, I'll restart Battle.net just to be on the safe side. I'll restart Battle.net as well. You never know. So yeah, Diablo for one step forward, two step backwards. The crab way. The crabby way. How is your rogue, by the way? What level is it? I'm looking for information about how expensive respec is at level 100. Is it the same that we saw in that video? Is it 50,000 per skill point, 100,000 per Paragon point like as we saw back then in a video, or is it cheaper? Also, I just need to know at what level does it become unbearable and awful to respect, or did they decide to listen to people and make it reasonable all the way through? Ah, you're leveling one out for fun in hardcore. Oh yeah, you get that dagger from that guy with the body and a bunch of other things. Yeah, my dungeon fucking disappeared. When you revoke, your dungeon disappears. Why did they make it in such a shitty way? The game should remember your dungeon until you're done with it. Until you have finished it, it should remember it. Especially if you've never entered it. Why would it not remember my updated dungeon if I haven't even entered and started it? It should remain unstarted until I'm ready to start it. Who the fuck designs things in such a lazy ass amateur way? Like, did they never have to do that themselves and experience it firsthand? That oh shit, I just revoked. I just restarted the game and my dungeon it's gone. Did they never did that never happen to them while they were developing the game and testing it? A situation where they would find themselves in such a predicament. Do I log out now, or do I play with the book on until I finish the dungeon? Well, now I have to find another dungeon. Alderwood again. Fuck that Alderwood. At least it's nearby. But Rogue can zap through the map with dash and with stealth. And if you use Death Trap to reset the cooldown of those, like that, boom. Although that was waste. I mean, I shouldn't have used it now. Ah, it's fucked up. It's still moving. It's still using left click as a right click. I think it's just a Logitech bug. When I started charging the mouse, that might have bugged it. Duck did his first stream on Trovo to get things set up. And how was it, Duck? Are you enjoying Trovo as a platform? Again, there is this one new platform, Kick, that some people have been trying to make a thing. Yeah, I'll have to play with this bug because the only way to fix it probably would be to restart my PC. Just a moment, let me give Sky some food. I'll try switching on and off my mouse. No, it's still moving with right click. Right click is the movement. Pre-Popeye. What is pre-Popeye? Three people. But what the fuck? I read it dyslexic. Uh, I didn't. I read the L like an I with a dot. I guess I need glasses again. That. To me, from afar, it looked like it had a breaker and a dot. This is how bad my eyes are when I don't wear glasses. I'm having trouble reading stuff. That's why if you see me sometimes leaning towards one or the other monitor, well, that's why. You got text to speech going. I had it before as well, but it was annoying. Not just to me, to some people as well. I did have it though. I did have it before when someone says something. Oh, I would hear it in speech. Some of the old school Strict Club members maybe even remember that. Back when I was streaming Torchlight 3 and still had this thing on. Alright, let's not kill trash mobs. I wonder if I should let the monsters from the portal to come out or just destroy the portal before they come out. What would be the better way to do it? Like if I let them come out, would they give me experience? Or are they an event that doesn't give any, so no point to have them? And if they do give experience, is it worth it? My time I would kill them for? Let's let some of them spawn. I'm gonna let some of them spawn. No, it was barely any monster spawning. The sounds, the sounds of playing a furry build. It's like a bunch of noise, a bunch of slicing noises. You've set your text to speech only you, so only you can hear it. Yeah, that's also doable with voice meter and other stuff. I've set my Discord this way so that only I can hear it. Pretty fun, this rogue, pretty fun. Damn spiders. Okay. Bunch of stuff on top of a bunch of stuff. Let them spawn from the portal so I can get more experience. Oh, I don't have room. That means I have to destroy the portal. Filling up the inventory. That's another thing. Speaking of inventory, it's so little. Not just the player back inventory, but the stash tab. I didn't expect them to give us only 4. I thought since there's enough room for 10 tabs at the top, they would give us 10 tabs. Wait, why is this? Oh shit, I accidentally put this one there.
Still got some good in it. What's left, you ask?
Bunch of junk. But junk is fine, I need materials.
Better than starting from nothing.
At least they drop a bunch, at least they drop yellow stuff a lot. There can be some amazingly wrought yellow, and there can be yellow that you wouldn't want to even touch, let alone equip. So always something to salvage. But a fun game would actually make the salvage auto pickup and auto salvage on pickup. And you just select your filters, what stuff to be picked up and what to be auto salvaged. And that way it's automated, so you don't have to waste your time clicking and salvaging manually and stuff like that. You just select a filter of what would be the threshold of things you want to salvage, to trash, let's put it that way, and then the ones that you keep. And if you select everything that is yellow or below except something that contains this stat and or that stat, there could be some, you could decide whether it's and, whether it's or whether it's and/or, and you can pick multiple stats in that filter. Something like that could be super good. Some proper heavy advanced filter for auto pickup and auto salvage and pickup. This is the best thing you can have in a game, those two things together. Yeah, and obviously a wood filter has to decide what goes through and what doesn't. That way, a lot of the boring stuff developers make you do by wasting your time clicking into user interfaces of stupid NPCs would be done automatically for you after you set the settings, after you set the desired results. And then you will know, okay, when you see this thing dropping, then it's something that you really want and need. Something that's really worth putting in your inventory rather than just completely salvaging it before it even makes its way there. I've already defeated the boss, the not the bosses, the captains of this stage, and I can move on to the next one. But wanted to defeat some more elites. So the aspect I wanted is for the shadow clone to mimic our imbuements and then to use a shadow clone. And I'll test that maybe later. I do have that aspect somewhere. It did drop. This is my other favorite skill, Puncture. It's a great skill. Decent range. It's a marksman skill, but it counts as a dual wielding skill as well, rather than bow, crossbow. See, now we're not getting even a level out of it. It's getting slow to level it up. And it's gonna be grindy. You need to do a ton of dungeons to get this to level 15 for the maximum radius coverage. Unless you do the higher level, higher tier dungeons like tier 40, 50, 60, whatever. So what else have I gotten recently? I've gotten Tracker. Infusion is what I've got as well. I have Frost Feeder, Efficacy, Diminish. I have Chip, which is nice again. Chip is normally what I start with. In fact, I should pick, now that I have Chip, I should put it in my board. I was waiting for it to drop so it can go where it's supposed to be. Chip, where are you, Chip? And now for this board, I have certain things planned. And we can take that in those intelligence points. Those two, by the way, are not needed. But since I need intelligence for certain skills, let's see. Like this one. I could remove them for now. And if they really need it, I could add them. And now this one has 35 out of 40. Wait, where am I missing the dex? Oh yeah, I'm missing this one here. Wait, no, I'm missing something. Oh, I'm not getting those two. I'm not getting this one and this one because this one is not upgraded fully. That's why. Understandable. That means I could probably move that point for now away. But yeah, when you upgrade fully the radius, all of those here would be in radius, excluding this. But this thing here that's now not will be inside the radius when this is upgraded to level 15, and then I won't need to immediately take this to get the 40. The ones I had before, that would have been more than enough. In any case, I could still take this and actually no, I could still take this one because it's 5 extra points for extra physical damage. But is it physical damage that I would need when I'm using imbue? Sure, I will be doing physical damage some of the time. And actually a lot of the time I would be using the non-imbued version, so I like cheap for that specifically, but still some people might find it unreasonable if they're doing imbues. I personally think it's reasonable enough. Sky's meowing. Okay. A new dungeon. I'll have to do another dungeon. Let me go back to town again. I also need to do something with those Paragon points that are left. With the leftover Paragon points. Okay, let me get rid of the junk. At least I'm getting new sigils. I'm using sigils, but I'm also getting new sigils, and those new sigils, of course, if I don't like them, I can just salvage them.
I forge more than horseshoes and nails. What do you need? What's still got some good in it?
This ain't bad as a base. If someone needs some rogue items like this one, this is pretty solid. Do tell me, I could save you some.
What's left, you ask?
This is very good for a penetrating shot build. It gives you all stats. It gives you strength and intelligence, which are maybe a little bit more difficult to get um, from the paragons unless you specifically select, like me, strength and intelligence paragon boards. So, ranks of penetrating shot. I really want to play with penetrating shot build, but okay, let's. I'll play it in a few days, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Now I just want to get a few unique items, and then after that I'll mess around building around whatever unique items drop. Right now we have condemnation, which I've been using for which I still haven't been using, not yet. But now I recently just got this one, and while this is very suitable for a basic attack build, it would be very fun on a basic attack build. And this board is actually very good for a basic attack build. If you see what's here, basic skill damage, basic skill damage, basic skill damage. Here you have core skill damage and basic skill damage. Oh, I'm missing one strength. Okay, don't worry, one strength we can fix always. Let's see which next, which dungeon to do next. But again, I need to keep keep extracting, keep salvaging some sieges, because I like that it's that way. I like that you're earning more sigils than you can use before you fill up your consumable tab. Although I don't like the size of the consumable tab and stuff, but still. I want to play with this one. I want to do it because I want to see how much more attack speed I can get with that 15%. You can just send the VOD ever to YouTube. Looks like you got to download then send. Yeah, for me it's different because for me I stream it live on YouTube, and then after the stream is done, it remains as a recording. So I don't need to download and upload it. That's the main reason I do it. I could just stream to Twitch, but Twitch only keeps my view on demand for 30 days. So fuck them. And then there's people who like watching me on YouTube who maybe have problems with Twitch. The same goes for Twitch. There's people who love watching me on Twitch instead of YouTube, and there's room for everyone. There's room for absolutely everyone, whether it's Twitch, whether it's YouTube. Some people like watching on demand because they just are not online when I am. Especially not now. Right now I stream what? Right now because it's the launch of the game. But if I start doing like 4 or 5 hours a day or whatever, not everyone's time zone would be accustomed to mine. Because when I make content like videos, I don't have much time to streaming, for streaming, and I stream like a few hours in the evening when I'm done with the editing, with the uploading of the video and stuff like that. So in a editing content day, the streaming is short, and that's why some people might want to catch the replay on the next day or few hours after it has been finished. Two ranks of Fury, two ranks of Barrage. It is good, but you have to reroll one of them to something else. But right now I need materials more. This is gonna get salvaged. Thinking of maybe. I already used one, right? Where is it? I'm having trouble finding the one I use. Extremely difficult to see where it is. Maybe I didn't use any. Let's see, the one with the attack speed and movement speed, where is it? I think it was here, but maybe it wasn't. Let's use this. For Dragon, I'm kind of convinced there's humans there, so do we have an elixir for humans? Cannibals, bandits, knights, this is it. Manslaying. Man, I want an XP event. I want an XP event. I want to get those Paragon points to mess around with more boards at the same time. But most of all, I want storage in this game. It's the biggest struggle right now for me. Having 5 heroes and only 4 stash tabs. Ideally, I would have had one dedicated stash tab for every class. Um, that's how I would have done them. Like I know Diablo lets you choose icons, and I would choose one icon for every class. I would just put gear for that class in that one, and again, gems not being handled like materials sucks. If they copy paste the script of the materials in the user interface over here, if they just add another tab, see this tab, another one here for gems, and the same way how they list plants, they can list crude ruby, chipped ruby, ruby, flawless ruby, perfect blah blah blah. And again, you can just do that. Then the same with emerald, topaz, diamond, whatever. In the exact same way, they can just copy paste this same system and do it for gems, so that you don't have to micromanage your inventory, and so you don't have to play inventory Tetris, although it's not really Tetris if everything is a block. But you definitely won't have to worry about where to store them. Another thing I'm not happy with, they limited the dungeons in rotation for Nightmare Sigils, and they will be limiting them. You won't be able to get all of them. It will be random from a selection of X dungeons, which means awful. It means they have 100 plus dungeons, but they don't want you to enjoy the variety of those dungeons. Then um, it's just, I don't like it one bit. Why make 100 dungeons if you're only gonna let people play 30 of them as nightmare dungeons every season and keep them in rotation, instead of letting people every season have as diverse set of dungeons to play as possible. There's just so many decisions with the most bullshit logic behind them ever. So many negative things about the game come from the most bullshit logic and are intentional things, which is the lack of overlay maps, such as um, only having like 30 dungeons in rotation every season or something like that.
What's this?
Come on. This pulsating rock, definitely not as annoying as the stupid storm, as the one that hovers above and shocks you, hits you, smites you. Do I hit it? What do I do? Oh, I forgot there's a second gate control. Wait. Oh, the gate is yeah, yeah. So that was I thought this gate was the other one over there. Nice. Let's try the basic attack. What about up close? That's without investing into basic attack passives. Not so bad, but can't compare to Furry. Also, you can't imbue basic attack. You can't imbue the basic attack. The Boot Boys mission. Ready to go. Wow, look at how far he went. Yeah, this core dragon, not a big fan of it. So, where are the... Oh, I see one of them. I see one of them. One of those boot boys over here. Okay. What time is it now? 7:05 p.m. Yeah, I've been going strong since yesterday. since yesterday morning. So it's been like, what, 30 hours-ish, maybe around that time. I don't know. I've been going since around 10 in the morning, I think, or 11. 10 or 11 in the morning, but not this morning, the previous morning. So I'm getting kind of tired, and probably I'll do another 2-3 dungeons at max, and then I'll stop for the day. But well, I leveled up a lot. I finished my Altar of Lilith grind. I finished my my dungeons grind, Fracture Peaks dungeons grind. So I finished the boring stuff, and now it's just the fun stuff left. The Hell Tides, the Nightmare dungeons, the world events, and all that stuff that's enjoyable rather than the boring completionist bullshit. Okay. This one's dead. Shit. Let's go sell shit. Getting a little chillier. Where is the black? Yeah, it's here. You have a shot. At least we know where things are here by heart already.
Came apart nicely.
That's some good DPS on a wand. But requires level 60. I wish I could save it for my mage and stuff.
You can
Can't.
take what's left.
Dire hooves. I like the sound of that, dire hooves. I haven't looked into the cosmetics yet, by the way.
That could
No,
sell.
not had time even to look into my wardrobe to see what I can put for my costumes and stuff. So wanna salvage this level 45? Let's salvage it. Let me check the wardrobe quickly. No, actually later, obviously after the dungeon, but after dungeon I wanna check it out. See what can be done with it, what skins I've got unlocked and stuff like that. I like how eco and the HP of those was getting drained. Without it. Like all three of those big boys earlier at the same time taking almost equal damage. Maybe one of them might have slightly bigger crit or whatever. Synchronized. They were getting correct in the synchronized ways. Forget about synchronized swimming in Diablo 4. There's synchronized dying. Let's see. But that's only true with AoE, obviously. Oh, is that unique I'm seeing? Yeah, it's the razor plate. It's the Thorns armor for the barbarian and necro and druid Thorns builds. I'm thinking of messing around with barbarian this eventually. Maybe a golem necro build with thorns as well with bot search and stuff. Could be interesting. What level is the turf now? Where can I see? Oh, it's level 7 now. Going steady. Getting turf ready. Okay, maybe one more dungeon. And then I'll have to stop. Because I'll fall asleep. If I don't. Although the goal is to fall asleep, obviously, but yeah. And before that, let me get myself some munch. Beef jerky. Okay, which one should I get now? Probably might need to salvage some more of the new ones. Steph says, how can I prepare for capstone dungeon? I'm getting cute what? Leveling up and gearing up. And if your build is not up to the task, then you might reconsider it. Do you want me to carry you? I can carry you through the capstone dungeon. Yeah, of course. Let's do this. Let me just make room some procedure stuff and we're ready. Now is the chance to anyone who wants their capstone dungeon completed to join. Okay, I'm ready. I wonder what build you're running. Interesting. What is giving you trouble? Is it the boss, the final boss? The the Necroswash skeleton guy? Oh, the elite with the lightning can teleport. Well, armor and lightning resist could help against those. But I doubt it would do much. Though always upgrading gear is nice for something as important as this. Upgrading at least your weapons. But if you're dying, now that's a different Problem. That's just your gear is under leveled. Okay. Getting there. By the way, the gear that drops in this dungeon should prepare you for this dungeon as well. So if it's getting difficult, bit by bit, some people bit by bit will be able to prepare as they get pieces from it. If their gear is super shit, if they have requires level 30 to equip items, this one would drop you requires level 44, 45 to equip, which is more than enough for that dungeon. When can you get your mount? You get the mount around the beginning of Act 4, ending of Act 3, somewhere around there. I think it's either the first mission of Act 4 or the last of Act 3 or some... or around those. That's not all of it, there's more. That's just the first part. There's the second part, with the second even worse boss. Now is the boring part because QO monsters. The surprise but text Kunu reverse card. QO monsters. This is the most boring thing you can do in such a game, such type of a game in a dungeon, to ask your players to QO monsters. That's some Den of Evil bullshit. Let's see. Come on, come on. see if I can just aggro as many as possible. Build a nice little train here. Choo choo. Chugga 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 choo choo. Let's build a train. Oh, you ruined my train, man. Come on. There we go. I was trying to group them up in a nice neat circle for death trap. Let's see. Razor is back. This hashtag level 90 pay to win. As long as you're paying and you're winning, then yeah. Razor the pay to win player. Okay. I'm enjoying the game. Well, the rock is fun at the moment. At level 50 plus the rock that I've been playing was pretty fun. More. It's better than I expected it would be. Not the game, the rogue. The game is worse than I expected it to be, but mostly as bad as I expected it to be. In a few cases, it surprised me with stuff that I didn't expect it to fuck up. Rogue is the strongest? I don't know. I don't think so. But again, I haven't played many rogue builds at level 50 plus. I've only played this one. I've played at level 25 various builds, and at level 25 there were a lot of fun builds to play. But strongest, I don't think so. From what I'm hearing, Barbarian is the strongest if you gear him up with the right gear. From what I'm hearing, Barbarians are destroying stuff. I'm dropping some swords and stuff that might be good for for you. At least the swords and the amulet. Because they should be level 45, 47 required to equip. Which should get you started with tier 3, world tier 3. Do you see the weapons on the ground? Oh, you have to salvage the... Well, go to the town then. And you can return after. You can return after to the dungeon, the town portal. You have to also do your... you have to also later, after you're ready, talk to the NPC and switch to world tier 3. I'll wait here because the NPC would make you and me stay next to the world tier statue. Of course, world tier 3 would destroy you at level 46 unless you have items that are minimum required level 45, 46 that are fully upgraded, or at least upgraded to 3 stages. Upgrade 1 to 3. And it's normally not the damage, but the survivability that you notice is a big problem at first, until you start getting gear with more armor and more stats. World boss is up when? When? How many minutes? When and where? I don't see it. Do you mean the Legion event? Legion event is not. Oh, okay. Oh, I see it. A Shava, maybe. I can go and check it out. I'm gonna go and check it out. See which one it is. It's. You can see where my marker is on the map. You can see where my marker is on the map. That's where the boss spawns. But which one of the 3 will be, I won't be able to know until I get there. But I'll go on tier 3 and do it. You could probably try and tag a wonk, but stay on the side and try to not get hit much or die much. But we'll have to switch to world tier 3. But I first want to see which boss it is, and then we can switch to world tier 3. Or I could just leave for a moment. You can switch to world tier 3. I can go and switch myself from the character selection, and then re-invite you after. But just a moment, let me first see who it is. It's a Shava, yes. Okay. That means I'm going to character selection, but in how many minutes? It's in 27 minutes. Well, I can do one dungeon. I can definitely do one dungeon first. If you want, we can do an easy nightmare dungeon on World Tier 3, so you can get some experience. We can do like a nightmare dungeon on the easiest possible difficulty. Or one of the easier ones. Why does it say tier 3 is walked? Didn't you talk to the NPC? What does your quest say? The World Tier 3 quest. What does it say? There should be an NPC next to it. It says trees walked. That shouldn't be the case. It should let you exactly from that place. It should let you select it. That's a weird ass bug. And what if you go back to the dungeon? Maybe because you left the party or kicked me from the party. In either case, disbanding the party. Maybe that fucked it up. Although I doubt it would. Shouldn't fuck it up. But normally, next to this place where you switch the tier, there is that NPC on the side, and you talk to her. You switch it. You switch the tier and talk to her, or you talk to her and then switch the tier. But I think it was first switching and then talking or something like that. But what does the quest say? Does the quest say to clear the dungeon? Does the quest say to talk to the NPC or to change tiers? If you look at the screen, are you in the same spot? Well, go to the Whispers of the Dead NPC as well. Whispers of the Dead is if you open your map and go to Skosglen, you would see where the Whispers of the Dead tree is. But that should be different than the quest for the world tier. The world tier quest is something where there should be an NPC, a female NPC, right next to the place where you change it from. I'm not sure if the Whispers of the Dead is connected to that in such a way where you have to do a whisper before it. I don't think it's a must have. And now you can switch to World Tier 3. I could even invite you. We can do a dungeon quickly before the boss starts. And I can pick something easier. I can go and craft something easy. Okay, just a moment. Let me go and craft it, because I don't have this difficulty. I'll craft, let's say, tier 5. Tier 5 should be easy for you. You would just need to survive. You wouldn't need to worry about DPS. Tier 1 to 5. Let's craft 1. See what came out. I don't like it. It's a 1. 3. Can I craft 5? 4. Okay, we'll do 4 for you as a warm up. Okay, so let me invite you. Do you have me added on the friends list or something? Because I forgot which one was your character. Oh, it says you show up as offline. Try to invite me or try to join on me. One of the two. Ah, I see you now. Okay.
That's good salvage.
So I'll start the CGU and I'll teleport and you can and enter and you can then teleport to me once I do. I need to reach that place first, so I'll need a moment for it. And this view, this camera view with the horse is so bad. And riding a horse, it's much better if you can view from behind the horse, third person, or just control it with WSAD. Okay, I've entered. You can teleport to me now. They're infested villagers. Okay. Info mission. Nice. Okay, one of those villagers down. Go to legendaries already. But did you get sacred legendaries now? This legendaries become trash. Legendaries now become just a source of imprints, of aspects. Sacred legendaries become the new hot kit on the block, or whatever it's called. The new kit on the block. The new hot commodity. And then after that, the new hot commodity becomes it's ancestral or sacred. Sacred, yeah, ancestral. I think it's ancestral. So yeah, legendaries from the chase gear become the trash. Not so bad, but not what you want gear. But at least you still use them for aspects, because you need to imprint the right aspects, and you can still get them from legendaries. Spider Slayer, you've been getting the challenge. Yeah, these challenges go crazy in terms of numbers of how many they expected people to kill. When you see how high it goes. Because the challenge doesn't stop at one rank. Like there's X thousand, then 10,000, then 100,000, million, whatever. They know people will be killing stuff in this game. Conduit shrine kinda getting wasted. Oh no, that's an event here. I got baited by the fucking event. We've missed one of those bastards. But oh yeah, I see where it is. Here's a sword. Sacred sword, good damage. This thing strength and all stats on it. So strength and all stats, you might need stuff like that for your Paragon trees at the beginning. This one is strength and willpower, and the other thing is a rogue stuff, but it can be rewrote. You can remove the rogue stuff from it if you want to. Just checking if there's any... Oh, another sword, but this one probably not as good. And then... Let's see if I've got anything. Okay, nothing else that might be useful to you. I might have something in the storage. Maybe tomorrow I can look for gear for people. Although lately I've been deleting COVID because no room. Oh shit, wait. We need to go the other way, right? Oh, they froze me, motherfuckers. So much stuff on the ground. Nice. Okay, let's see. You won't be able to use this until you're level 50, pretty much. This thing, the Awakened Glyph Stone. This is a system that lets you level up the Glyph Stones, which are the sockets for the Paragon trees. Alright, now let's go to Ashava. How much time is left? 5 minutes. I'm gonna quickly go to Kyovashat. Oh shit, not this. Let's go to Kyovashat quickly and then I'll rush to Ashava. For Ashava, all you need to do is just stay safe. If you want, look from afar what the boss mechanics are, and when you think you're confident, you understand what she does, you can try to attack her from behind. But she has attacks that attack those from behind her as well, not just those in front or on the side. She moves a lot. She has a wide, long ass reach, so that would be tough for you as well. You have to pay attention where you are positioned, because she spins her head, her quo, I think it's called.
That looks worn. I can
She
fix it.
she spins it so wide
I can break it
that
down.
she can hit you from, like, you won't be able maybe to see her on your screen, and she could still hit you depending on
Here's
the
that.
camera positioning. Normally I try to stay behind her in her feet, and when I see her wind up, that's when I move a little. But that's just how I do the stuff. Alright. Well, let's go. I'll go there, bear tribe, and hopefully we get some good stuff. Everyone's running there. Everyone's running. You can teleport to me when I tell you. Okay, you can teleport to me now. We still got 2 minutes until she starts. I'll start charging my mouse a little. But after a shower, I'll have to stop the stream because I'm tired. I haven't slept since what, yesterday
Hello.
morning.
Well done.
Hello.
Okay, guy's hungry probably. Oh, she started. I was fixing something on my phone. Okay, she started. Fuck. My chat was... Fuck, I can't use my skills. The book. Or maybe it's not, maybe it just looks that way. Okay. But yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little weird with the movement. The movement is fucked up for me right now. Okay, interesting. Ah fuck, I wasted my ultimate. I can face tanker with the gear right now. You can just use one elixir regardless of which. Okay, let's see. Grand Cache. A bunch of stuff. The shitty stuff. Fast Trapper, Barbed Sword, junk pretty much. Level 43 required. Yeah, 43. Fuck. And Sovereign Mail. Was that? No, that was not it. This was it. Escape Artist. At least that was level 60 required. You got the Sacred, yeah. Get used to it. You'll be getting a lot of those. Well, congrats. Now you've done a shava. Now you've done a shava on the on our tier 3. Yeah. For that level, it's a solid combo stat. Well, I'll be walking off. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to Seth for grouping up. I will be probably streaming again tomorrow somewhere in the afternoon, lunch, noon. I don't know, depending on when I wake up. Um, when I wake up, when I have my breakfast, etc. I'll be back with some more grinding. Maybe I can try and level up a little bit on another character, or try some penetrating shot or rapid fire, rapid strike, whatever build with this one. If I can if I can muster up all the materials for upgrading and respecking, we'll see about that depending how the farm is treating me tomorrow. But yeah, keep it cool. Thanks for stopping by. And until next time, Struck Club. Goodbye.